Hello, I'm here again. This is Johnny with Real People Good News. Now I'm here with Miss Wanda Denson, a great friend of mine, and we just want you to know how that God still blesses. This is a time where God still does great miracles, and she has an awesome testimony. I'm telling you, you want to share this, you want to subscribe and send this to other people, and because this will be an uplifting and encouragement to let you know that you don't have to give up on your dreams. You don't have to when you go through hard things in life, especially with the pandemic and all the things that we are facing today. People need that encouragement, that they need to know that there's a foundation, a rock that they can hold on to. And I'm so excited to be here in this beautiful home with Miss Wanda, and I'm going to get her to share some of her, and she has many testimonies, but to share this specific testimony. And believe me, you don't want to move out of your seat. You want to stay here and you want to listen to this. So, Miss Wanda, uh, your husband Andre, which is a great friend of mine, by the way, he was my supervisor when I was at the milk company, and we're longtime friends. But he told me how that you went through some sickness and some different serious difficulties just recently, like a couple of years ago, year or so ago, and how that God is blessed. So, what would you want to share with us about what you went through?
Um, with my sickness, I've been dealing with my shoulder for a couple of years, and doing that, I led up to me needing shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I had shoulder surgery 2 or 3 times, but this one particular shoulder surgery I had, and I tell everybody, when you go through certain things, you get so complacent, like that you're gonna be okay,
Yes.
like you're gonna be all right when you go through certain things. But at the same time, the Lord got a way of showing you that you need to depend on Him a little more than your own thinking, your own way of trying to rationalize things.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through this surgery back in May of last year. It's just been a year.
Wow.
And during that surgery, I'm not thinking that anything gonna change for me no more than get my shoulder fixed and I'm gonna come home and be just fine. Yes. As usual. But I went through the surgery, got in there. When I came out to go to my room, because the doctor told me, he said, I started to send you home that day. He said, but I decided to let you stay overnight. So, and that was a blessing he did. So, as I'm going out to my room, I'm still under anesthesia, I'm still in and out. But I had this pain that I had never felt before in my chest. And it was a pain, it was a bad pain. And as I'm in and out, because I'm still under anesthesia, I
Yes.
got to give these people attention that something is wrong with me.
Wow.
Because they just pushing me on into the room. And I'm telling them, I'm waking up and I'm saying, I am hurt so bad. I don't know what this is. And they say, well, you all right. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But I'm like, no, it's something that I never felt before.
Yes.
So I need somebody to pay me attention. So I'm in my mind, I'm fighting this sleep that I'm trying to go back to sleep. But at the same time, I'm trying to tell people, these nurses, something is wrong with me.
Yes.
Something from my chest is hurting too bad. Finally, somebody did listen. They did an EKG and they see I was right in the middle of having a bad heart attack.
My God.
And so they got me. I'm not at the hospital. I'm out one of the out facilities where they do those surgeries at some out facility, but I was not too far from the hospital. So they got me to the hospital, and in my mind, I'm thinking I can't go to sleep because guess what? I'm not gonna wake up if I go to sleep.
My God.
So I'm fighting this anesthesia not to go to sleep. But guess what? And I end up going to sleep anyway, to my knowledge. And when I wake up and I go into ICU, when I get into ICU, when I wake up, I'm still in the same pain that I had when I started the heart attack. Yes. And I'm not understanding this why I'm still hurting. So finally, I dozed off to sleep. When I woke up the next morning, I got up. I did stuff for myself. I got up, I put my clothes on, and the doctor come in and he said, wow, you up? I said, yeah, I'm up. He said, you don't look like you did yesterday. He said, you died.
Oh my God.
I said, died? He said, yes, you died. We brought you back.
Jesus.
I said, he brought me back. And he said, you trying to tell, he said, and you up, got your clothes on, you feeding yourself? He said, it's amazing. He said, cause you was in a terrible mess last night. He said, I worked so hard to save you last night, but now you look like nothing happened to you. The Lord, the Lord took me that day and brought me down, but at the same time, He brought me up.
Wow.
And so to me, he let me know, and other people know that all you do is trust and believe in Him. See, He brought me through that, so I will be able to know that He He's still in the saving business. He still saves lives. He still changes people,
Awesome.
no matter what. And so now I give God all the glory for what I went through with that heart attack. Because if I hadn't, you know, I was just, be like a lot of people. I know He saved, I know He changed the thing, but you still have that little chip on your shoulder sometimes.
Yes.
Thinking
Yes.
that you still do a lot of stuff by yourself. But at the same time, you really not.
Wow.
Because, it's just one of those things. So I'm blessed and I'm thankful to be made it through that.
And that just is so amazing to me. Like I was talking with your husband, Andre, and he was saying if y'all would have lived further out, or if everything wasn't in place, that you were already receiving attention for your shoulder, then it could have been worse.
Yes, and he's right, because where we were living at the time, we was like 25 miles from town.
Wow.
So the Lord I was put in the right place at the right time to deal with what's gonna happen to me, because it was gonna happen, but just when.
Wow.
So if I had been at home, no telling what had happened. And so thank the Lord that I was there seeing about my shoulder, and I was able to get the attention that I needed from the doctor. The thing about it is, I already had a stent. So that stent had closed up.
Goodness.
So he had to go and put a stent within a stent to save my life.
Goodness.
So he
Amazing.
said, imagine that he had to go in there and reopen an old stent that had collapsed and try to put, because and it was in a spot that was hard to get to.
Wow.
So he had to go there and open that back up with another stent.
That is miraculous stuff.
Yeah.
It's not something that's done every day. So, but okay, go right ahead.
No,
I just had another question. So what correlation is this with now you have received a great blessing from the Lord, and how does the timing connect?
It connects a lot, but before I do that, let me tell you something else. Even though after I had the heart attack, and then I was just, my shoulder was not fixed.
Wow.
It was not fixed. So I had to go through this surgery again. Just imagine you go through this surgery again, and you worrying about, now I got an extra thing going on. I'm on Plavix, I'm on blood thinners and aspirin. And my heart doctor said, well, you can have this surgery, but you can't come off of none of it. You got to go through your surgery with your Plavix and with your, he got to take you off the aspirin for a day, but you got to go through your surgery with the Plavix, with your blood thinner. So this team of doctors had to get together and to try to figure out how to do my surgery without me bleeding out on the table.
Wow.
On the table. But you know something? I put this surgery off 2 times. One time, because I was nervous. Andre was nervous because he was saying, well, I lost you once. I don't want to lose you again.
Yes.
I'm like,
I can
well,
understand.
no. Yeah. So I'm like, but I have to go through this again to get the juice of my own. So I prayed about it. I said, and I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, give me peace with this surgery. I said, because I'm going to work myself to death if I don't get some kind of peace with this surgery. Going to have this surgery. Let me tell you something. I prayed, me and my daughter prayed day in, day out. Every night we was doing prayer together. Guess what? I got my peace.
Oh my God.
I got my peace. I got the peace I needed to go to surgery. And when I got that peace, I rescheduled my surgery. And I said, whatever it's going to be, the Lord going to take care of me through the midst of all of it. And I went into that surgery, you all. The doctor told me I was the only patient that bled so less that day. And and the other patient was not even on blood thinners, and I was on blood thinners. I bled less.
You tell me what God can do.
And I come up because I was so nervous to go to sleep again. But like I said, but he brought me right on through that and brought me out, and to let me know, hey, you need to tell other people how well I've been, how good I've been to you.
Tremendous.
And he's been very good to me. He have brought me through things that and so for me right now, Mr. Johnny, like I said, I'm through the midst of all this stuff. The Lord continue to bless us as a family as a whole. And like I was telling your wife, this house here, the Lord blessed us with this home here. And we was thinking we couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling her, I said, but the Lord knew we was going to get it. Because Andre, my husband, he was saying, when we sit looking at that house, we can't afford that house.
Wow.
And
it's beautiful.
I told him, I said, you know something, you don't know what the Lord got in store for us. So stop saying what
Speaking
we cannot
faith.
afford
All right.
or what we cannot get. I said, just come on and let's look at the house.
Yes.
So we get to the house and we looked at it and everything. He's still not with me on the same page. Now I'm like, we gonna get this house. We gonna get this house. And we went through so many little twists and turns. But you know something? The Lord had already worked those twists and turns out.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see them working out. All we saw were obstacles in that way.
Right.
But he worked them out. We needed to do one thing. I'm like, I was telling this cat on one of the deals, we had to get his old house real praise.
Okay.
And we needed to praise for a certain amount of money. And I'm like, oh Lord, this. But guess what? The Lord praised that house for more money than we thought they was gonna praise for. It went up there in value. And I'm like, so we were so happy. We was jumping. Then the Lord wasn't through with us yet. He said, "No, I brought you there to put you here." And then, but we had work to do ourselves.
Yes.
Because we was trying to get something better for ourselves, but we needed to take care of what He had already given him.
Mm.
So if you don't take care of what the Lord had already given you, He's not going to move you until you take care of the other.
Look at that.
So we needed to take care of other stuff with the other house and other families and stuff because we were trying to do better. So at the same time, we need to make sure they was doing better.
Yes. Be a blessing.
Yeah. So we had to do some stuff I was talking about, and we got that done. And when we done that, like I said, the Lord really, He showed us some new stuff. Then, like I said, the praise went up on the house and everything. We was able to get what we needed, switch one thing for another thing. And through the midst of all that, guess what happened? The Lord paid His truck off.
Oh my goodness. Do you hear that? Are you listening?
We just knew, because we was, even though the Lord was blessing us with this and that, but we're still in our mind, like, how we going to put this together? How we going to make sure we pay this? And how we going to put this together? How we going to put that bill together? Guess what? And he said, well, the guys told us, said, look, we're going to pay that truck off.
Oh my goodness.
So they paid the truck off, and the note didn't even change. Years didn't change, the note didn't change.
Exceeding abundant above whatsoever you ask or think.
Yes, and he really been truly blessing us. And I was sharing with your wife, I got my termination letter. Well, I've got this house. Now, but you know something? I got trust and believe that we are federal grant people. So we had to reapply for our grant. So it's like we just got the agency just terminated a bunch of people.
Yes.
We are terminated to the point that if we don't get our grant back, we are terminated. But if we get our grant back, we still got a job.
Yes.
Okay. But I got to trust and I trust and believe. If we don't get it back and we get a new agency to take us over, we all gonna be all right. And I think we're gonna be. It's gonna be better.
Amen.
It's gonna be better. You know, you got to trust and believe that when one door closes, another door opens.
Amen.
So cause this chapter of my life might close, He gonna open another chapter in my life that's gonna shoot out more abundantly than I ever could imagine.
And I will be back for that interview when that happens because I'm just being blown away right here. I know y'all hearts are burning when you hear this testimony and what God has done. And look at his track record, what he's done for her already. And look how she's filled with faith, but even with this new challenge that's going on. But she's already spoken it, that it's going to be better. It's going to be better. And just like she did with the home. And this, by the way, is a beautiful home. and I won't disclose the address or anything. Don't want anybody to ask for keys. I don't want to come and see anything like that. But I just took one picture, and at the end of the segment, I'll show a picture of the home. But absolutely amazing. I've walked, took a tour, and looked in Andre's man cave, and it's not a man cave; it's a man house. And this woman of God here, just hearing her testimonies, and I just could go all day. We just have a short period of time in this segment, but I'm going to bring her back again when she finishes. God finishes doing what He's going to do next in her life. And I want to hear some more of her testimonies, so I'm going to come back and get some more of her testimonies. But Miss Wanda, I want to thank you for allowing us to sharing this blessing with us and encouraging us with this. I pray this goes and just touches so many lives. So we just want you to subscribe, like, share, and just give us a big thumbs up at the down bottom of the link, and just be encouraged. So, Miss Wanda, is there anything else you want to
Yes,
say
I
before
want
we
to say
end this
I had asked,
session?
I had asked you earlier about, but me and my husband ourselves, we wants to give you a donation of $200 to go toward you getting some stuff to
Oh,
continue what you're doing,
wow.
because is I watch this segment, I watch it, and it is good. Everybody is good, and just to have somebody to come out and video real people, real time, what's going on with us here in America, and not just seeing it somewhere else or hearing other stuff. But you get a chance to do your testimony and let people know how good God been to you.
Amen. I am just blown away. I was just not expecting that. So God bless you, Miss Wanda, and and I see why you're so blessed, because you're such a generous person. And Andre, ever since I've known him, he's been the same. Y'all not selfish. Y'all look out to be a blessing, just like the scripture said. So we will be back with Miss Wanda pretty soon when we have some more of her testimonies, and also what God is doing next in her life. So at this time, we'll see you next time. This has been Johnny and Real People, Good News. Good night.